today I am up in Albany, New York, and I'm going to be flying to Quebec. And I'm very excited about Quebec. It's a wonderful place, I'm sure. So I'm going to go up there. We're going to go very far north, and it's going to be great. So go ahead and get this plane started up. Alright, how are you guys doing out there? Turn on external power here. Up our overhead lights. It's going. Yeah, I just love doing flights into Canada for some reason because it's just really cool. I like the snow on the ground and also the cool buildings. And oh wow, we already got our pre-flight stuff. Okay, crew supply on. I'm gonna put there's 1, 2, and 3. Gonna turn on our fuel pumps. Okay, there's a lot of planes in Albany right now, but thankfully there's full VATSIM coverage at this airport. So there's delivery, ground, tower, arrival, and approach, and then radar above that. So pretty much everything you could possibly want. I'm gonna wait for this to... Yep, there we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright. Now I'm just going to put our armrest up. Turn our floodlights up. Okay. I'm going to look at our flight pad here really quick. We're going to import our flight plan. Go to mass and balance, send to MCDU, and then let's load this. Load this thing. Atsu.
Refueling truck is on its way.
Flight init. And voila.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Okay. Just open up something quick here. Okay, so I'm going to go to init. Let's put in some data here. We're going to go from Albany, KALB, to Quebec, CYQB. Fun fact, at the moment there's no ILS approaches into Quebec, so we'll be using RNAV for this, which will be tons of fun. And our call sign is Air Canada 4811.
Fuel truck is in position.
Our cost index.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Wow, 39,000 feet. That is quite a cruise altitude. Okay, now let's take a look at our departure really quick. So we're going to be runway 28, and there's really only one departure out of here, and that's Albany 7, so I think that's the one we're going to be taking.
May I see your boarding pass?
And yeah, so let's just go ahead and open up the cabin door. This is one of those fun situations where GSX doesn't have a jetway that's close enough, so we're gonna board without the jetway because at this airport it's just they just haven't really gotten it updated yet, which is fine. Now that plane, that's something you don't see every day. That guy is doing the slowest takeoff I've ever seen. Look at that. Wow. Either that or he's trying to do a tail strike. I'm not sure which one. In the meantime, we're getting fueled up over here. Oh, Canada. Okay, is it really true that Canadians really love Tim Hortons? Because I'd love to know. Man, what is that plane over there in the distance doing? Goodness gracious, that guy cannot figure out where he wants to go. Alright, well, in the meantime, getting our fuel.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Okay, we're going to MCDU menu, config, fuel. We're going to let that fuel come in to the plane, and then we're going to watch the invisible passengers because the jetway couldn't connect, but it's fine, they'll still get here. In the meantime, I'm going to take a look at our clearance information here. Okay. So we are cleared to Quebec. Okay, so we don't really have a set departure, but we do have instructions. Okay, we're going to start at 4,000, and then we're going to expect flight level 390, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 118.05, and our squawk 3441. Okay, so that's really the main bits of information that we need to know here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put in some of that data. So we know our original altitude needs to be 4,000, and I'm going to put in the squawk really quick, or actually I'm going to wait to put in the squawk until the fuel's done because I don't want to glitch that out. I think the fuel should be done here in just a second because, again, this is not the longest flight in the world, so we don't really need that much fuel in order to get from Albany to Quebec. So I believe this will finish in just a few seconds. I believe. Hope. And maybe it takes more fuel than I thought to get to Quebec. Is it Quebec or Quebec? I wonder if it's Quebec. Okay, so that fuel is ready. Let's go ahead and go to our flight plan. There's really only one waypoint after this. Before the arrival, so it's YUL, which is really just the waypoint over Montreal is really what that is. And then so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to destination and let's pick our arrival. So today, because of the winds, we're gonna be RNAV. Actually, let me double check the ATIS because I want to get this right. Up in Quebec, I believe it's RNAV Z. But let me double check that. Okay, so the ATIS is updating in Quebec. Wind's constantly changing up there in the Great White North. Okay, RNAV Y or Z, runway 24. No, I think I'm gonna do RNAV Y 24. And we're on the, let's see, PESAC for departure, or sorry, PESAC for arrival. And our transition is SINRO, and that's in the computer now, so, and I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this discontinuity because that's exactly what we don't need, but we're gonna keep the one above. Because if you have manual before the flight plan discontinuity, odds are that is actually supposed to be there. Like that one, too. Okay. Alright, so now that that's taken care of, we're going to go to init, and we're going to go to init fuel. So, then some fuel data there, and let's look at the wind. +8, always good to have wind on the tail and not the other way around. And now that we've done that, I'm going to go to performance. We're going to flaps 1 takeoff. Let's calculate our speeds, our departure speeds. Okay, 1 through, okay. So we got a light load today. Passengers. Alright. Boom. Okay, so we got those speeds put in. That's good. So really, right now, the main thing we need to do is we need to put in the altimeter information for today, which I will double check right now. The altimeter in Albany, New York is 3005 inches of mercury. So let's go ahead and put that in. Yay. Fantastic. So now my main goal is to find the right frequency for us to tune into since we're on VATSIM. It appears that Albany has got just about everything right now. So I'm going to go ahead and tune to departure 127.5. And let's just get that rolling. 7 points. Come on. Okay, we can do this. 127.5.
Expect 14,000, 10 at departure.
Right.
Departure 118.05, squawk 0072.
Take a look outside and see if that cargo that
Let's
luggage
go to the
is
Watertown Airport,
usually
Albany 7
loaded.
departure with director's floor, then as filed. Port down is initially 14000, 10 for departure. Departure 118.05, squawk 0772. And Care 550, read back correct, call ground 121.7, ready for taxi now. Ground point 7, thank you.
Okay, so in just a minute this plane will be done loading. That moment has arrived. Okay, the aircraft is loaded. Fantastic. So now what we're going to do is first of all just finish entering some of this information. Let's go ahead and put in our squawk code for today, which is 3441. That on, and then yeah, so now really what we need to do is start the APU. Okay, fantastic. Alrighty then. So while the APU is starting up, I'm gonna take another look at my fly pad here, get this back on the Phoenix settings here. And hope that there's a spot for us to do pushback, because it is busy at Albany today. Okay, this APU should be done in just a second. And that second is right now. Okay, APU's avail. Gonna turn on APU bleed. Disconnect external power. Beacon lights on, strobe lights auto. Let's tell GSX we want to get ready for pushback. No, we don't need de-icing.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to talk to Albany Delivery really quick.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Albany Delivery, hello, this is Air Canada 4811 at stand Charlie 1. We are ready for pushback.
Air Canada 4811, Albany Delivery, good evening. For your push, call ground 117, have a good night.
For push call ground 121.7, have a fantastic night. Thank you, Air Canada 4811.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay, so we're going to talk to Albany Ground now on 121.7. Okay.
Quick set, 540.
Let's try not to step on anybody because there's a lot
Locking
of people.
gear.
Albany Ground, hello, this is Air Canada 4811 at stand Charlie 1. We are ready for pushback.
Air Canada 4811, Albany Ground, hello, push into the ramp at your discretion, advise ready for taxi.
Push at discretion, advise when ready for taxi, Air Canada 4811. Okay, so we're getting ready for pushback, which is what we're going to do in just a few seconds. Go ahead and... Alright, we're going to go... You see which runway...
Yeah, nobody ground. Flight jet 540 for back. Ready taxi, Juliet.
Way 2...
Flight jet 540, Albany ground, hello again. Runway 28, taxi via Romeo, Alpha, Delta, Charlie, cross runway 1.
Okay, runway 28 via Romeo, Alpha, Delta, Charlie, cross runway 1, Flight jet 540.
Alright, there's going to be somebody practically right behind us. when we
Release
push
parking
back.
brakes, please.
Albany ground, good evening, Endeavor
Due to icing
4962,
conditions, please
ready.
stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Alright, let's take a look outside because I just
Endeavor 4962, I need you to contact clearance 127.5. Let them know you're ready for taxi.
Roger, confirm contact clearance for taxi. I do have my clearance.
Yeah, Endeavor 4962, yeah, he has your strip. He's going to pass it to me as soon as you call him for push or taxi.
Roger, we'll call clearance 49.
Okay.
Albany ground, November 571 Alpha Tango, with you at Juliet.
Alright, engine 2 should be starting up, or should be finished starting up just a second.
November 571 Alpha Tango, Albany ground, do you want the hangars or general aviation parking?
General aviation ramp, please, for November 1 Alpha Tango.
November 571 Alpha Tango, Roger, taxi parking via Charlie, runway 1, Foxtrot.
Charlie, runway 1 and Foxtrot for November 1 Alpha Tango.
Come on, GSX, don't let me down. GSX, come on, you can do this. Tail to the left. Okay, well that was the weirdest pushback I've ever
Please
seen.
set parking brakes.
Thanks, GSX. Okay.
Endeavor 4962, you ready for taxi?
Affirmative 4962.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start.
Endeavor 4962, runway 28, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 1.
Okay.
So the Charlie Cross 1, Endeavor 4962.
Arm speed brakes. And we're gonna go flaps 2. Turn some lights on here. Okay. Alright, let's talk to them about taxiing. Albany ground, hello, this is Air Canada 4811, ready for taxi.
Air Canada 4811, you're going to do a little U-turn over there and runway 28, taxi via Delta, Charlie, cross runway 1.
Left is clear, right is clear.
Runway 28, taxi Alpha Charlie 1 for Air Canada 4811, thank you.
Air 550, monitor tower 127.5, we'll see ya.
Tower 275, Care 550, good day.
So, just as
Air
we thought,
921, monitor tower 119.5, we'll see ya.
550, sorry.
just like I thought.
Okay, that was for Care 921.
Because that pushback was a little funky with GSX, you know, we're gonna be doing a little bit of gymnastics here to get this going, but I think it's gonna work. Okay, so before we get on Alpha though, let me look to the right. Make sure we're not, you know, stepping on somebody's toes. Okay, it doesn't look like it. Sorry, I just want to check, because the last thing you want is to cause a collision at the airport. That would be bad. Alright, so we're going to go Alpha Charlie. It is a busy day at Albany. For those of you who are like super into VATSIM, maybe you could tell me if there's an event going on. For an airport this small, to have this many aircraft.
Air Canada 4811, I told you, Delta Charlie, I believe, make the next right turn into Charlie cross runway 1.
Make the next right turn on a Charlie cross runway 1. Sorry for the confusion, my fault. Air Canada 4811.
No worries, and Air Canada 4811, I'm going to have you hold short of runway 1 now.
Hold short runway 1, Air Canada 4811. Okay, so I
Yeah, Endeavor 4962, monitor tower 119.5, we'll see ya.
Albany ground, Cat 549 with you, just pull over runway 28, Cape F market.
Be with you in a bit. So, Endeavor 4962, monitor tower 119.5.
Okay, so towers 119.5. That's a good piece of information.
Very good, he's already over there. Care 549, Albany ground. You want the hangar? Or actually, I'll just take you to GA. Text to GA via Charlie, runway 1, Charlie, runway 1, Foxtrot.
Charlie, runway 1.
New York, New York.
Cat 549.
Like I said, 540, monitor tower 119.5.
Alright, we'll monitor tower 19.5, lecture 540, we'll see you.
So Air Canada 4811, you're going to be behind the Beechcraft. That's going to make a right onto runway 1. Continue on Charlie, cross runway 1.
Behind the Beechcraft that's on crossing onto runway 1, cross runway 1, Air Canada 4811.
Ground, just confirming, Cat 549, you want me to
Okay, so that tells
make
me
a left on
there is a Beechcraft potentially.
Air 549, that is correct.
Oh, there's the Beechcraft right there. Okay. All right. That's good to know.
Hey, ground, JetBlue 319 from Bravo 10 for push and startup.
JetBlue 319, opening ground, push into the ramp at your discretion, advise ready for taxi.
Alright, we'll call you back then, JetBlue 319.
Okay. So we're on Charlie. It's probably going to be a little bit of a taxi before we get to the end of the runway to take off. Alright. Let's do this. My guess is we're going to be handed off to tower in just a few seconds. And because of that, let's go ahead.
Brickyard 3618, opening ground, you up? We're up. Brickyard 3618, look for Alpha 4. Brickyard 3618, you can text the parking via Charlie, good day. Straight via Charlie, Brickyard 3618.
Okay. Go ahead and change the flaps. Righty then. Alrighty then. We should be taking off pretty soon. We're probably going to be handed a tower next few moments.
Air Canada 4811, monitor tower 119.5, take care, sir.
Monitor tower on 119.5. You too, have a great night, Air Canada 4811. Okay. So, we're gonna monitor tower and go ahead and switch frequency here.
Air New England 227 Albany Tower, traffic departs prior to arrival at Gulfstream. Wind 300 at 13, gust 36, runway 28, clear to land.
Departing traffic, Gulfstream, 28 clear to land, Air New England 227.
Flexjet 540, flight heading at 250, wind 300 at 13, gust 36, runway 28, clear for takeoff. Heading 250, runway 28, clear for takeoff, Flexjet 540.
As you can see, the photogrammetry in Flight Sim 2024 has got a little
Air
bit.
Canada 4811, Albany Tower, runway 28, line up and wait.
Runway 28, line up and wait, Air Canada 4811. Okay, so we got that all-important line up and wait instruction. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Flexjet 540, contact departure 118.05, yep. 18.05, Flexjet 540, we'll see you. Air Canada 4811, flight heading of a 310, wind 30013, gust 36, runway 28, clear for takeoff.
Flight heading 310 on departure, runway 28, clear for takeoff, Air Canada 4811. Okay, so before we take off, let's go ahead and put that heading into the autopilot. Let me get that right. Okay. And here we go. Positive rate of climb, 0.
Air Canada 4811, contact departure 118.05, yep.
Contact departure on 118.05. Have a great night, Air Canada 4811. Okay. Let's go ahead and disarm those spoilers. And I'm going to turn off runway turn off lights, turn off taxi lights. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk to departure. If I can find it. 118.05 indeed. Okay. Hope they're not mad at the delay here. Just takes a second.
Air New England 227, left one able, ground point 7.
Left one able, ground point 7, Air New England 227.
There's Albany right there below us. Albany departure. Hello, this is Air Canada 4811. I am flying heading 310 at 4,000.
Air Canada 4811, Albany departure, radar contact, climb maintain 10,000, clear direct Montreal.
Climb and maintain 10,000, clear direct Montreal, Air Canada 4811. Okay. And then Montreal is really just this waypoint. So that's where we're going. Do this. So in the chat, just let me know what you're thinking so far. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the flight. And okay, so let me make sure I've got everything taken care of here. Okay, let's go ahead and pick out the outside of the plane. Look at that livery. Canadians definitely know how to paint an airplane.
Albany, good evening, citation 114 Lima Lima 156, descending 1000 Juliet.
November 114 Lima Lima Albany approach. Good evening, altimeter 3005. Expect the RNAV runway 28. Turn right heading 120 vectors to final.
Odd 5, RNAV 28 and right turn 120 Lima Lima.
Albany approach, good evening, Delta 8823, 12,700 for 1000 with Juliet.
Delta 8823 Albany approach. Good evening, altimeter 3005. Expect the RNAV runway 28.
3005, RNAV 28, Delta 8823.
Citation 4 Lima Lima, descend and maintain 5,000.
5000 Lima Lima.
Air Canada 4811, contact Boston Center 123.75.
Contact Boston Center on 123.75. Have a great night. Air Canada 4811.
Delta 8823, turn right heading 130, descend and maintain 7,000.
Correction, 130 and 7000, Delta 8823.
Alright, 123.75.
Citation 4 Lima Lima, turn left heading 100.
100 Lima Lima.
Sorry, there's a little bit of a glare on the radio, so I'm trying my best to get this. Okay, that's Boston, so we're connected with Boston right now. Let's go ahead and talk to Boston Center. Boston Center, hello, this is Air Canada 4811. I am inbound Montreal at 10,000 feet.
Air Canada 4811, Boston Center, low climb, maintain flight level 390.
Climb and maintain flight level 390, Air Canada 4811. Okay, so we've been cleared to our cruise altitude, which is about as high as this aircraft can fly. So that'll be fun. Alright, so we'll put that in. Go ahead and
JetBlue 2919, descend and maintain 1000, Albany altimeter 3007.
Got 1000, JetBlue 2919.
Okay, here we go.
Windy 71, contact Albany approach on 132.82.
13282, Windy City 71.
Delta 1547, contact Albany approach 132.82.
132.82, Delta 1547, thanks, good night.
Good night. United 441, contact Albany, or correction, Montreal on 132.85.
13285, United 441, thanks.
Boston Center, what units on 9 levels of Delta is climbing to 2,300 for 3,500 for not like north.
The 249er November Delta, squawk 3440.
3440, what units on 9 November Delta?
Endeavor 4962, leaving the airspace to the south. New York is closed, monitor Unicom.
Roger, frequency changes to and 49.
Flagship 540 leaving the airspace in southwest. New York is closed. Monitor Unicom.
Over 253, Flagship 540, with you.
JetBlue 2919, contact Albany, approach 132.82.
3282, JetBlue 2919.
Kara 921, what approach would you like into Watertown?
Stand by, Kara 921.
Kara 50 Boston Snow, we're going to disconnect, so I'll talk to you.
Alright, bye-bye.
Good.
Center Kara 921, can we get the RNAV GPS runway 28 beginning at Patsy?
Hey, Center, it's JetBlue 319, 8,000 for 10,000.
Kara 921, yeah, it's approved. You can proceed our Patty, cross Patty above 3,500. Cleared RNAV GPS runway 2 at approach.
Alright, direct cross Patty at about 3,500, cleared RNAV GPS runway 2 at approach, Kara 921.
JetBlue 319, Boston Center, local maintained by level 360.
360, JetBlue 319.
Air Canada 8898, cross Lolly at a maintained by level 200.
Crossing Lolly at 200 for Air Canada 8898.
Boston Center, Navajo 888, Juliet is 35 west-southwest Hancock, direct to 110.
November 888, Juliet, Boston Center, low, maintain for level 210, position check.
Maintain for level 210, Navajo 888, Juliet.
Good evening, Boston Center. Do you control Syracuse, Southwest 350?
I do control Syracuse.
Can I get a clearance to LaGuardia for Southwest 350?
Southwest 350, Corte LaGuardia Airport, Syracuse to departure, right vectors Rockdale, is filed, maintain 4,000, departure with mean squawk 1322.
Okay, do you repeat that? I was going to write it down. I wasn't ready for it.
Okay, Corte LaGuardia Airport, Syracuse to departure, right vectors Rockdale, is filed, maintain 4,000, squawk 3, correction 1322.
Southwest 350, we are clear to the LaGuardia Airport via radar vectors to climb maintain 4000, expect to, or not expect, squawk 1322, Southwest 350.
Southwest 350, it's going to be clear to LaGuardia Airport, Syracuse 2 departure. Radar vectors Rockdale as filed. You're going to maintain 4000 and squawk 1322.
Southwest 350, clear to LaGuardia Airport via this departing via Syracuse 2, and radar vector to Rockdale. Climb to 4000, squawk 1322, Southwest 350.
Close enough, you're back correct, advise ready for taxi.
Roger.
November 249, November Delta, contact Boston approach. Correction, Boston Center 133.45.
133.45, what is this one?
Cathay 830 cross Lolly at a maintain for level 200.
We'll cross Lolly at 220, Cafe 830.
200.
200, Cafe 830.
Okay, so just to give you guys an update of where we're at in the flight, or where we're at on the map, we are just departed Albany and are on our way to Quebec. So as you can see, we're in upstate New York right now over some incredible mountains, and we're going to be flying pretty much right. We're gonna go over here to the Montreal area, then we're gonna turn and basically fly along the St. Lawrence River until we get to Quebec City, which is right here. So just to kind of give you an update on where things stand. Hope you guys are enjoying the flight. If you are, please like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments what you think of the flight so far.
Transat 285 cross F dot at a maintain 1000, the Burlington altimeter 3002.
F dot 1000, 3001, Air Transat 285.
Air Canada 4811, ascend and maintain flight level 240.
Ascend and maintain flight level 240, Air Canada 4811. Okay, well, apparently we're already going to start going down, because Quebec City is not that far away, at least in aircraft terms. Not that far.
So you could can I expect runway 28?
Really excited to do this RNAV arrival into Quebec.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, so we've started our descent. Let me go ahead and go to the performance page.
Air Canada 4811, contact Montreal on 128.77.
Contact Montreal on 128.77. Have a great night, Air Canada 4811.
Thank you. So Cathay 830, can we stand off the sim for like 3 minutes?
Sure.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Montreal is on 128.77, so we're going to talk to Montreal.
Boston Control, good evening. November 73544, historical call sign Super Constellation, currently.
Okay. Switched over to Montreal.
248, Ottawa, information uniforme, altimétre 3006, planifiez la piste 25 lorsque prêt, descendez 8 000 pieds.
Planifie la 2-5, on descend avec
That French is magnifique.
Ah, ça va.
On descend 8 000 pieds lorsque prêt à la déproche.
Okay, hopefully I don't interrupt the French. I need to go up to them. First of all, I need to figure out what this area is. Refer to Montreal Center. Montreal Center, hello, this is Air Canada 4811. I am inbound Montreal at flight level 262, descending flight level 240.
Aircraft 4811, bonsoir, recycled transponder 4202.
Squawk 4202, Air Canada 4811. Okay, so they want me to change the squawk code. No surprise there. Crossing international borders, and from time to time that happens. Okay. Alright, so we got our new squawk.
Aircraft 4811, identified.
Okay, so we've kind of leveled off here for just a bit. I'm kind of glad they didn't let us go all the way up to 39,000 feet, because that would have been way too steep of a descent to get into Quebec properly. So I'm really grateful for both the New York controllers and the Canadian controllers for keeping that situation, keeping it doable. Got some passengers over here. Got the Jedi over here. We got Ben Roethlisberger over here.
Dans le Montréal, bonsoir, rouge 1989, niveau de vol 14 000 pieds.
Rouge 989, bonsoir, Ottawa, information uniforme, altimétre 3006, planifiez la piste 3-2. Lorsqu'après, descendez 8 000 pieds.
On planifie la 3-2, lorsqu'après, on descend 8 000 pieds, rouge 1989.
Et rouge 1989, contactez les arrivées d'Ottawa, 3515.
On contacte les arrivées d'Ottawa, 3515. Merci, bonne soirée.
Charlie Center, good evening, Charlie Golf, Uniform Bravo Kilo.
Charlie Golf, Uniform Bravo Kilo, bonsoir.
One swap, Uniform Bravo Kilo at St. Hubert. We're going to pick up fire clearance Delta on board.
From Bravo Kilo, can contact Montreal Terminal 132.85.
Oh, didn't see him there. 3285, we'll talk to you in a bit. Uniform Bravo Kilo.
Got it.
And there's a lot of difference between the French-Canadian accent and the regular Canadian accent. And they're both great. It's just interesting to hear the two talking to each other.
Aircraft 85, maintain votre vol 250.
Maintien 250, on est là.
Et à quand 8.5, là, il devrait pas avoir de conflit trafic midi par 20 000, là, même altitude en descente.
Monsieur, on l'autre casse sur Belgique.
Okay, well, as far as the flight goes, we're about to make that important turn over Montreal where we start heading towards Quebec City, because right now, I can show you this on the map, but right now we're basically headed due north. So we're going to make that turn along the St. Lawrence River to head up to Quebec, which is about right here. And yes, so that's that. I'm very excited to do that. You can kind of see it on the radar here as well.
8.5, continue à descendre vite, 1000 pieds.
Continue à 1000 pieds à faire la 8.5.
Montréal, bonsoir, Air Canada 5-0 lourd. 10 000 pieds, on va faire 10 000 pieds.
Ahmed 5-0 lourd, bonsoir, montez notre vol 330.
Football 3-3-0, Air Canada 5-0.
Primaire 41, contactez les arrivées de Montréal, 132 décimal 85.
13285, Primaire 41. Merci pour les bons services, là.
Ahmed 8.5, contactez les arrivées de Montréal, 13285, au revoir.
3285 pour Canada 185, salut, bonsoir à tous.
Ahmed 248, contactez les arrivées d'Ottawa, 3555.
13515, Canada 2.
Center, Cessna Golf Zulu Tango. Cessna Golf Zulu Tango Echo, bonsoir.
Cessna Golf Zulu Tango, access for 3,500 feet, as you start flight 1% now, request flight following.
Zulu Tango Echo, rapid, okay.
so because we're getting pretty close to Quebec, I'm going to go ahead and put in some weather information. So the altimeter at Quebec City is 2.996 inches of mercury. Oh wait, hold on. I just need to move over a couple pages. Okay. 6, okay. And then temperature 1 degree Celsius. And let's see, 230 at 5 for the wind. Not too shabby. Not bad at all. And let's take a look at our go-around procedure for the RNAV. So that should be 3,000 in the engine out section, and then should be about 1,300 for the thrust reduction altitude. The thrust reduction, yeah. And I'm gonna need to ask permission to start descending. Just a second here. Montreal Center, hello, this is Air Canada 4811 requesting descent.
Aircraft 4811, Quebec landing runway 24, altimeter 2996, information Tango, when ready, descent 8000.
Expect runway 24, Quebec altimeter 2996, when ready, descend to 8000, Air Canada 4811, thank you.
IC-72 requesting 10 minutes out of cockpit.
Enter 872, report back.
Roger, thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put in the altimeter for, or actually, never mind, because I'm on standard, but let me go ahead and really start getting down in altitude here, because we're not that far from the airport. We're only 100 miles away, so actually not far. So yeah, so we've gotten our clearance to descend here. Getting there very soon. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to put in some information here. Let's see. Here. So by the IKDEB, it should be 4,000. Bulbum should be 2,500. And Kissick should be roughly 1,200 feet. Okay. There we go, just kind of going, that's something you really want to do when you're going over an RNAV, is just try to go ahead and take a look at those waypoints before you even get close to the airport, so that way you can kind of get a feel for how high up the plane needs to be at any given particular time, because with RNAV you just don't have as many things guiding your aircraft as you do on an ILS approach, which is totally fine. You just probably want to go over the chart, which is good to go over the chart no matter what, but if you're doing RNAV, go over it twice, basically what I'm saying. Okay, we're not that far. We're getting close. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the approach frequency for Quebec. Because might as well get that in the standby, so that way it's ready. .850. Okay. Just might as well have that ready when we need it. And also, as soon as we switch to approach, we definitely want to put the tower frequency. Actually, I take that back. So there's no tower, but if there was tower, we would want that to go in the standby as soon as we switch over to approach. Okay. Well, let's take a look outside. See some beautiful Canadian snow. As you can see, the St. Lawrence River is right off to the right of the aircraft, and we're going to be following that river pretty much the rest of this flight.
I see 7-2 back in cockpit.
Roger.
Okay. Well, we're about 70 miles away from landing, guys. Exciting stuff. Everybody got any advice?
Montreal Center, good evening. Charlie Golf Uniform Bravo Kilo with you, just leveling off. 7,000 direct advent.
Uniform Bravo Kilo, welcome back. Press the direct on bar on course.
Alright, direct to on-fire on course, Uniform Bravo Kilo. Thanks.
Acme 215, bonsoir, montée 1616 métier. Tango Echo, contactez Zulu Tango Echo, contact Montreal Terminal 132.85.
Contact Montreal Terminal 132.85,
Air Canada 4811, contact Quebec Terminal 127.85.
contact Quebec Terminal on 128.75, Air Canada 4811.
12785, 12785.
Oh, sorry, 12785, thank you, Air Canada 4811. Okay, well, there we go. We knew that was coming. Let's take a look and see if there's any tower. At the moment, there is not. Okay, so this is going to be it. Going to be our frequency. Alright. D. Quebec Terminal. Hello, this is Air Canada 4811. I am on the PESAC 4 arrival inbound Ketru at 8,000 feet.
Air Canada 4811. Quebec arrivals, bonsoir. Altimeter 29906 in Quebec City. We're landing runway 24. Which approach for you tonight?
Altimeter 29906. Expect runway 24. I have the RNAV-Y approach for 24 programmed. If that's okay, Air Canada 4811.
RNAV Yankee for you. No problem. Via Big Vote.
RNAV Yankee for runway 24. Thank you so much. Bonsoir, Air Canada 4811.
Quebec approach, Air Canada 1153 PDC, the flight plan.
Air Canada 1153. I was about to call you to tell you that I have problems sending you the PDC. It doesn't work. So can we go the old way?
Yeah, we can do that. Air Canada 1153.
Let me try and one last thing. Something was missing. I think that was the problem.
Affirm, we'll go Air Canada 1153.
This guy running Quebec Terminal is amazing. This French-Canadian guy is just, I mean, literally this guy is awesome.
You can private message too if you want, Air Canada 1153.
Shout out to Quebec, or Quebec. Shout out to all the VATS and guys running the station down there, because that is fantastic. Just, I don't know, there's something about that exchange that I just want to post it later. It's awesome. Okay, so he told us that we're clear for the Yankee RNAV, which is exactly what we have programmed, I guess. So let me go ahead and put in the Yankee RNAV for runway 24, and okay, so for Yankee, all right, let me just take another look at these waypoints really quick. Yeah, so for Yankee, let's look at these waypoints. Oh wow. Okay, so really it's just sort of 1500 by Irvac. That's fine. Wow. So I'll tell you what, the RNAV Yankee chart for Quebec is very simple. Just put it that way, which is fine. Simple is good. Nothing wrong with simplicity. But it's definitely a simple approach. This is not a difficult approach to understand, because basically we're following the river for half of it. Let me kind of change the radar down here.
Quebec approach, Air Canada 1153, PDC number 836 Lima on information Tango. Latest.
Read that correct? Push and start at your discretion. Call it for taxi.
Call for taxi, Air Canada 1153.
Okay. So we are about 30 miles from the airport. Very, very pumped for this RNAV approach. This is exciting. If we can take a look outside really quick.
Canada 4811, descend 5000.
Descend 5,000, there, Canada 4811. Okay, that was the instruction I was waiting for. So we're gonna send probably quickly 5,000. I might even give it a little bit of speed brake here just to make sure we get low enough, fast enough for the approach. See what kind of speed restrictions we have going in. I better not forget to arm approach mode. Just a second here. Alright, pretty soon we'll be able to turn on the localizer because we'll be within 20 miles of the airport. Go ahead and kind of ease those speed brakes off. We don't need them now. Go ahead and turn on our landing lights. Arm auto brake and let's arm speed brakes, or yeah, arm spoilers. And yeah, so now it's just a matter of listening to instructions and getting this plane on the ground smoothly, I hope. What the wind for Quebec, the wind is not bad. Not bad winds. And one thing I did not know is that there's some really pretty mountains in the distance, or pretty hills in the distance from Quebec, which is beautiful. Love this so much. Love doing my Canadian flights. Always a joy. Then go ahead and turn on localizer.
Quebec approach, Air Canada 1153 with you at Delta 1.
Air Canada 1153. Information Tango, altimeter 29906, runway 24, taxi the apron at your discretion. Delta 1, Delta Echo, hold short 24.
Delta Echo, hold short 24, QNH 2996, information Tango is current and I have it. Air Canada 1153.
Roger.
Alright. So this is the first time we are moving a little bit away from our St. Lawrence River track, because we're really getting onto this approach. We're going to be on the RNAV pretty soon.
Air Canada 4811 via Pickford. Clear Arnav Yankee approach. Runway 24.
Via Pigfo, cleared RNAV Yankee approach, runway 24, Air Canada 4811. Okay, so Pigfo is sort of the entry point to this, but we're definitely going to put a little more distance between us and the runway in order to make this happen. So take a look at the other aircraft in the area. Actually, it looks like it's just us, so this is fantastic. Not like this is congested airspace because there's not many other planes over. And there is a fantastic guy running this approach. I know I've said that before, but literally this guy is amazing. Okay, so one thing we're going to do is let me go ahead and get a little bit lower here. Just a second. Okay. And in just a second, we're also going to do some flaps.
Quick approach, Air Canada 1153, holding short runway 24.
Air Canada 1153. Call me airborne. Wind to 250 at 5 knots. Clear takeoff runway 24.
Clear takeoff 24, calling when we're airborne, Air Canada 1153.
Okay, we're gonna lose some altitude really quick here. Hopefully, before we get over to those mountains. So right now, because of just the way things are, we're going to go ahead and just go ahead and yes, I know I need to slow down. On spoilers, and we are going to turn the autopilot off about this time. Autopilot is off. We're going to fly this Yankee, RNAV Yankee.
Quebec approach, Air Canada 1153 with you at 2000, climbing flight level 380.
Go ahead and do the final bit of flaps here.
Air Canada 1153 identified. Continue climb runway heading to 13,000 feet.
I don't know why the throttle is active.
13,000 runway heading, Air Canada 1153.
Speed. I don't quite understand what's going on with this throttle.
Speed.
Alright. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn off auto throttle.
Speed.
Auto throttle is
Air
off.
Canada 1153 proceed direct Utbam on course.
Direct Utbam on course, Air Canada 1153.
Speed.
Okay.
Speed.
Yeah, something. There must be some sort of glitch here with the airspeed. It's not supposed to be happening, by the way. So evidently, auto throttle is a no-go, so I'm just gonna have to manage the throttle while we land as well. Because why not? Phoenix, don't do this to me. Oh, it's not every day that you have auto throttle just completely lose its ability to function.
Speed.
You just have to manage the throttle yourself. But you know what? Maybe it's good practice.
Air Canada 4811. Winds at 250 at 5 knots. Clear to land runway 24.
Clear to land runway 24. Air Canada 4811. Thank you. Okay. Oh. There is a mean crosswind that just sort of appeared out of nowhere. I'm going to try the auto throttle again, see if it can do this. It appears that it can, so hopefully whatever that error is has been cleared. Okay, alright, auto throttle just completely does not want to work. Good. Fine. Really fine. Not a problem. Problem at all. Manage this.
1,000.
Air Canada 1153. Contact Montreal Center now on 128.775. Have a nice flight.
18775, merci, au revoir.
Bye.
500.
You want to talk about some strange winds. This is fascinating.
Speed.
I know.
Speed.
Come on, Phoenix. Like, I love you guys, but
Don't
seriously,
sink.
there is an auto throttle issue.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
40.
Don't sink.
30.
Don't
20.
sink.
Retard.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Air Canada 4811, welcome to Quebec City. Exit left when able.
Exit left when able, thank you, Air Canada 4811.
And Air Canada 4811, taxi hotel, Golf, cross runway 29, Delta 1, and apron at your discretion to the gate of your choice.
Taxi Hotel Golf cross runway 29, Delta, Delta 1, and then taxi to gate of choice, Air Canada 4811.
Roger.
Okay. Well, okay, so that landing was a little bit interesting. Auto throttle just kind of stopped working. I can try to find out exactly how later on. I'm sure I'll do a diagnostic on this. But thankfully it was smooth. We were a little bit past the landing zone and a little bit too far to the right, but other than that, we made it. I wonder if the auto throttle malfunction has something to do with the fact that this was RNAV instead of a typical ILS approach. I'll have to dig into the manual and see if I can find some. Gate over. Let's go ahead and do a couple of things. We're gonna disarm spoilers. Our flaps up and that jetway is in that spot, you might have to come a little bit closer in order for it to connect, I guess. I'm just going to get a little bit closer because I think it will not probably connect. So let's hope. Here's hoping. Let's reduce that throttle to 0. Start the APU. And yeah, this has been a lot of fun. That was definitely a surprise at the end. The auto throttle sort of not working and us having to do the throttle manually and some of the challenges that come with that. But overall, it was a lot of fun, great flight. A lot of that APU going. Yeah, it could be, the issue with the auto throttle might be connected to the fact that I hit the localizer button when we were doing RNAV. I'm just curious if that's the reason. I'm gonna have to do some research in order to know why. Turn on APU here. Turn off both engines. And let us tell GSX we wanted to board.
The icing vehicles are coming now.
Okay, apparently GSX has a de-icing option I didn't even know about. And those actually kind of look like Zambonis to me. That's Canadian. Alright, de-ice away, boys. Alright, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for me for the flight today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much. Have an excellent day.